All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining the webinar. Tonight's presentation is going to be about, out of all of the coaches in Beachbody, why are you different and how are you different and why are people going to want to follow you? So this is about branding yourself as a coach and being different and standing out in the crowd from everybody else. I want you to ask yourself a couple questions. The first one, what makes you unique? So just if you have pad and paper right by you, answer that question as we're going along here. What makes you unique? Why did you become a coach? I'm not asking you to go into the in-depth, 2-page your why, but in a nutshell, why did you become a coach? What type of people do you enjoy being around? So, do you enjoy being around, people that enjoy baking, or do you enjoy being around people that like to run? What topics could you talk about forever and never get bored? And what are you passionate about? And I want you to keep those in the front of your mind because it's going to help you really make a brand for yourself. Different is good. So you want to use your answers to those last questions to really be different. So why do people want to follow you? As a Beachbody coach, we all have the same tools, which are our products. The interesting part about this business is you need to take those tools and make them your own. So why does somebody want to purchase T25 or PIO from me compared to you? What's going to draw them to me instead of Lindsay? Why are people drawn to Lindsay instead of you or me? So it's the same product. We're all selling Shakeology. We're all selling fitness programs and nutritional supplements. They're all the same. What makes your offer unique? I want to use these examples for you because I see them all the time, and we really need to break out of this to become our own brand and use the tools that we have to reach out to people that we actually want in our lives for friends and as customers and just to talk to. So T25 right now is the challenge group of the month. It's on sale. And everybody's posting that they've got a T25 challenge group starting soon. So if I'm posting that and you're posting that and your team is posting that and you're all posting T25 challenge group starting soon, and there's 200,000 of us out there all saying T25 challenge group starting soon, why are you going to have a customer buy that from you and be on your challenge group? Why is your challenge group different than somebody else's? Because to me, as an outsider, if I see that you're all doing a challenge group, then it's all the same thing. It must be the same thing. I can buy it from anybody. I'm going to get the same exact product. I'm going to get the same exact service. I'm going to get the same exact everything. It's cookie cutter, right? So what do? I am doing the same thing as you guys. I'm using the same tools, T25, and I've branded mine this month, which I'll be doing next month, 25-minute no excuses fitness group. So it doesn't even say T25 in it. And if you can't find an extra 25 minutes a day, this group is not for you. I don't even want them in the group. I don't want excuses. I just want you to have 25 minutes a day and be in this group for fitness. So people have questions about that. People reach out to you because of that. I've branded this as no excuses. You need to have 25 minutes a day group. And that's how I branded my challenge group that I'm currently, finding people to join. The one I'm doing right now is PIO. We all did PIO the last couple months here. And everybody was posting online that they've got PIO challenge groups starting soon. Join my PIO challenge group. And so how did I change that? If you guys follow me, you guys know that my brand is Insane Marathon. I run a lot of marathons. A lot of the people that I follow and that follow me run. So I used our tool, PIO, which is the yoga Pilates hybrid. And my challenge group was Let's Get Flexible. It's a support group for runners looking to improve their flexibility. And I'm already targeting all of these runners. So that's who's already watching me. And they see that I'm doing a challenge group, which they don't even really know what that is because I'm not even branding it challenge group, but it's a flexibility support group for runners. So that's kind of the brand that I'm taking in and shooting out there and having people, get back to me. And I'm not saying PIO challenge group starting soon. So hopefully with those two examples, it's kind of helping you, start to make some notes on how you want to, market and brand your upcoming challenge groups. Change it up. Don't say challenge group with the product name. P90X3 challenge group, no. Functional fitness group starting up soon. Whatever you want to do. But try to take out the name, get some interest going, and don't be like everybody else. So my question to you is, are your challenge groups unique to your audience? And so what is your audience? That's what we're going to be talking about right now. When you're branding yourself, you need to be consistent. And you need to be using the same things basically over and over and over, like a broken record. So my recommendation is to pick 5 things that you want to talk about all the time. One of those obviously is going to be Beachbody because you need to be a product of the product, and Beachbody is going to be one of those things. So pick 4 more that you want to talk about and that you're going to have no problem gathering information on and, just going out there with those topics. So mine, as Insane Marathon, is running and fitness, motivation, Beachbody, travel, and friends and family. And about 20% of your time, you should be posting about each one of those topics to brand yourself on those. So if obviously sometimes you might be more on one than the other, but most, split it up about as even as you possibly can. Don't do Mondays all Beachbody, Tuesdays all running and fitness. Do maybe 3 or 4 posts a day, 1 from each group, and do the best you can with that. I use a great tool, Evernote, to save things that I want to post in the future. And I use Evernote because it's great with all platforms. So if you're on a Windows computer, a Mac, an iPhone, an Android, I think you can do it on like Windows phones or whatever you're using. You can download the Evernote app or go to evernote.com, have a login, and save all your notes on there. You can save business cards on there. You can save text on there, pictures on there, spreadsheets on there, everything you can save, and it syncs it to all of your devices. So I recommend you get an account with Evernote, and if you see something on Pinterest that you want to post later, save it on Evernote. If you see a quote, save it on Evernote. If you save, anything that you want to do, man, I have a great idea, post it in there. Future challenge group ideas, post it in there. That's a great tool to use for your business. And like I said, consistency is key. You need to continue every day to be posting about these 5 topics all the time. And always remember who you are and stick with it. I'm not taking out running and fitness tomorrow and gonna talk about something completely different. I'm not gonna remove motivation completely and start complaining on my Facebook page or my Twitter page or posting up non-motivation things on my Instagram. So keep those 5 things consistent. And if you don't think it's working for you on the first day, it might not be. But give it a month, 2 months, stay consistent with your social posting on those 5 topics. So now you're posting on your top 5, okay? And you're trying to brand yourself, but right now you might be like, I only have 20 Facebook friends, a handful of Instagram followers. a few Twitter, and like personally, my Pinterest is a complete joke. So I need to personally work on my Pinterest. But now your goal is to get an audience for your top 5. So use the social network out there: Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. There's Tumblr. There's a whole bunch of these things. And search out people that are already looking for your top 5. So mine would be running, some people looking for motivation, family, travel, that type of thing. And I'm hashtagging those keywords, and I'm looking up those keywords and finding people that share those same 5 top interests. I'm also recommending you guys to join groups. I put LinkedIn in here because LinkedIn has been my money right now. And there are millions, I feel like, of different groups on LinkedIn. And these people are already in these groups because they know that there's a business aspect involved. So after you're forming these people and you're talking to them and you're building relationships, you met them on LinkedIn, they know what you're there for. And if they're friends with you on LinkedIn, that's the asking for the sale on LinkedIn is like a million times easier than asking it on Facebook. So join groups on LinkedIn and Facebook that have to do with your top 5. So the 5 things that you're posting about all the time, find groups on LinkedIn and Facebook and start building relationships and adding value into those groups, because those people are going to be drawn to your page to see what you have to offer. Like I said, build relationships, offer advice. One of the cool websites out there, meetup.com. This is a great way to get involved using social networks, but then taking that to real life. So I go on meetup.com and here in Tampa, and I'll look up different things going on. And networking groups or tennis groups or running groups or young professional groups, whatever it may be. And I find people on there and they've got their social profiles LinkedIn, so you can, meet them. And in person, you already have their Facebook information. You can chat with them on Meetup. And you can go to these real live in-person places and meet up with these people that have to do with your interests. So definitely check out meetup.com. You can take your social networking to real life. Like I said, meet them, learn about them, make friends with them, because you need to be, even if you don't believe it, you need to believe it. You are an expert at everything that you're talking about in your top 5. You need to act like an expert. You need to be an expert. You need to learn more about it. You need to just be an expert at all of those top 5 things. You might be thinking, well, how can I be an expert at family and friends? Well, nobody's really an expert at family or friends, but if you're posting about experiences, if you're posting about your relationships, if you're posting, fun things that you're doing and, ups and downs, and as long as you're not being like overly negative, then you are an expert at those things, okay? And find others that enjoy those 5 things. And you're really going to help build your brand on social media and in real life. I wanted to add some fun stuff into this presentation that you guys could go out and just start doing right now. So there's a website out there called Fiverr.com. And if you have been wanting to make a logo for your business or make a fancy cover photo for your Facebook page, whatever it may be, you can do it seriously for $5. There's somebody out there in the world that will make it for you for $5, and it's unbelievable. If you guys go to my Facebook page, I had somebody make my Facebook cover photo for me for $5 on Fiverr, and that's my Insane Marathon. So facebook.com/Insane Marathon, you can see one of the examples of what somebody made for $5. And I think it's unbelievable for $5. I didn't even give them direction. I said, I want it to be red. Here's my logo. Make me a cover photo that has to do with running, fitness, motivation, and they put something together that was awesome for $5. I got my logo from stocklogos.com, and it's more expensive. It's not $5. It's about $250 on stocklogos.com. But what they do on stocklogos.com is you basically write a complete description of something that you're looking for, and a whole bunch of people, like hundreds of people, put together their own logo. And you go on every day and you see these new logos, new logos, new logos, new logos. And then at the end of the period, I forget what the long hat was, maybe like 10 days or something, you can go on there and pick your favorite logo, and then that's the one you pay for and you get to keep. So that's how I ended up making my Insane Marathon logo. Um, it's more expensive than Fiverr for making a logo, but you get more say in it. But if you're just starting off, Fiverr is a great way to go, and I'm sure you'll be happy with the result. PicMonkey.com is a great website to make Facebook cover photos and graphics on the fly. You have to use your PC or Mac, but you can go on there and brand yourself using pictures and overlays and graphics and fonts, whatever it may be. You can use it, and they're already templated out for Facebook covers, for Instagram sizes, and it's a great tool to use. Photofee app for iPhone, I use that just on the fly, take a picture, product of the product, post it to Instagram, throw up like a little graphic on there of some weights or something, and then it just looks professional. You can put some text. I like it now because some people have been having problems because they post their pictures on social media, which is public, and then people take their pictures and use them for other sites. So you can use Photofee for putting a watermark on your picture. So if you have a great before and after picture that you don't want anybody to steal, you can put your website name or your name on there and then make it watermarked on there so that someone's not going to steal that picture. Also, if you just need like one or two shirts to wear around town just to get some logo wear with your brand, Beachbody shirts are awesome. But I love wearing my Insane Marathon shirts, my Insane Marathon hats, because people are like, what's Insane Marathon? Some people have heard of Beachbody before, but nobody's heard of Insane Marathon yet. Well, I mean, some people have, but it's nice to be able to have one or two shirts to wear, and you can do those through a website called Zazzle.com. You can go on there and upload your own designs, and they'll print them for you. So a great way to brand yourself out there. I think they're a little more expensive than some places, but there's no minimum order. So that's nice. Make sure that all of your social media platforms have those same consistent 5 topics. Okay? But you also want to respect the platform. So obviously, the same long post that you're posting on Facebook, you don't want to post on Twitter because it won't fit. And the same post that you're posting on Instagram, it might be an artsy picture. You don't want to post on, some other, maybe you don't want to post it on Facebook. And if you do post that picture on Facebook, you want to add a different description to it. And if you're on Tumblr, maybe you want an animated GIF instead of a picture, just so it keeps their attention. So make sure you're keeping the topics the same, but you're changing up the way you use them depending on the platform. A couple different books that I definitely recommend you reading are both by the same author. Jab, 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 Right Hook. And that's kind of what I was talking about. It lets you learn about how to use different social media platforms to effectively get your message across, and when to right hook, which is to make your pitch. So the jabs are you talking and adding value, and the right hooks are when you're pitching your product. So when you're asking to join your challenge group, or you're asking to get a Shakeology HD order, or you're asking for whatever it may be, you want to make sure you're doing that after you've had some strategic value added messages on your social media. The other book is called Crush It, and that's really a book about just building your brand using the internet. And I recommend you to read both of those books. So you might be thinking right now, nothing is unique about me. I don't even have any idea about my 5 topics. I have no idea. Nothing's unique about me. Nothing's special about me. Well, I don't know why anybody. I'm just going to talk about Beachbody and challenge groups and Shanti. So if you're like that, ask your friends and family what they think you are an expert in. Even if you don't think you're an expert in something, you'd be surprised what your friends and family will tell you. They'll be brutally honest with you and let you know. Maybe you like comic books or something, and they're like, well, you are an expert at comic books. Well, you know what? Comic book people that read comic books typically, they might want to lose some weight or whatever if they're reading a lot of comic books. So you still have a business going on with that. And if it's something else, even people that like baking, that if you're an expert in baking, you can relate that to Beachbody. You can relate anything to Beachbody because there are so many people out there that want to get in shape, lose weight, and be healthy that no matter the topic, you'll be able to help them with Beachbody. So you are an expert. Ask your family and friends, and they'll let you know. So I've got some homework for you. Obviously, you guys know that you need to know your top 5. So write out your top 5. Figure out your top 5 and start posting your top 5. And you want to also ask yourself, what type of customer or coach are you looking to attract? And I put an example down here about how you should describe this person. And the way that I would describe somebody that I'm looking as a customer or coach is a male or female between 18 to 45, interested in running or endurance sports. These people are looking to improve their performance through cross-training exercises, are self-driven, personable, above average social media skills, living in the United States or Canada. So those are the people that I am looking for, and I'm looking for those people to also match my top 5 interests. And that's what I want you guys to do for your homework. Describe the exact person that you want to be a customer or a coach. And then that is going to be the type of brand that you're going to be creating yourself to attract those people. So thank you again for being on the webinar tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the information that I was able to give you. And if you have any questions about kind of how I brand myself, feel free to add me as a friend on Facebook or follow me on there. It's /Jim Blake. And if you want to go on my Insane Marathon Facebook page, it's just facebook.com/Insane Marathon. And like I said, you can see the cover photo that I had made for $5. I also had somebody make me a intro theme song for Insane Marathon that I hopefully will be able to use. I want to make a podcast or some YouTube videos and have that as my intro outro. So $5, and a guy made me a complete custom. I have the rights to it. Music. I have a theme song for $5. You guys got to check that website out. It's awesome. And if you guys have any questions, I'm going to turn this off, but I'll answer some questions in the chat here. And if there's no questions, then I'll end it. So thanks again.